Karen here, and it is time for nesting layout number 6. Now this one is going to be a tone-on-tone card with just a little bit of gray accent. Now to start with this, I'm going to have a 5x7 plain white paper, and I'm only going to be using a couple nesting dies here. So I started off with 4 and 5 taped together and cut out a whole bunch of them. So I ended up with frames with this part here, and I ended up with these squares, well, rectangles I should say, the inside piece. So I have a whole pile of those. And then I also did the same thing with the two smallest nesting dies, 1 and 2. And that gave me a pile of these and a pile of these little pieces. So that's what we're going to get started with. So let me move this over here. Move our nesting dies out of the way. So here's the 5x7 we're going to start with. So what I want to do is I am going to make a pattern going across the paper here. So I'm just going to start with laying some of these out, and I will line them up in a minute. Now I'm going to start going this way because I want to make sure I am straight going corner to corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue in the fine tip bottle, and I am going to start gluing these down. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, make sure I'm not doing the back here. Alright. I'm going to start gluing all this down. So I'm going to start by putting this round part right up on the edge and down here. And then I'm going to do the bottom one. Put some glue on the back. And there is more of a front and a back to these. You'll look at it when you cut them out. We all know there's a front and a back to our dies. Alright, so I have this one. I'm going to put this one in the bottom corner. Like that. I think I'm going to turn this one a little bit more. And that will stay. Alright, so now I will line up the 3 pieces in the middle. Now this way now I have a nice straight line. So I think I will do the middle one here. Once again, make sure I'm gluing the back. This one will go right smack dab in the middle. Let's make sure these are in the right place. And we'll press this down. Let me turn this light down a little bit. I think that helps. That's a little bit better. Now I will glue these down. This will go right in between. And this one will go here. So now I have the first row done. So now I can continue on with my pattern. So if I have a frame here in the middle, I'm going to put a solid one on this side and a solid one on this side. And we'll get those glued down. So I'm just going to put the same amount of space over here and just let it hang off the page. And I will trim all these at the end. So now we have that. So here we have a solid, so I'm going to put 2 frames on either side. So we'll just put a little glue on this side because that's going to be hanging mostly off. And we'll line this up and press down. And we'll take another frame. And we're going to go on this side. And we're just going to continue to work our way around the paper, laying out all the frames. This one will be like this. So now we have this. Alright, so now I want to fill in these two spaces here. So I will take this frame here. And I will put this over here. Now I will take the one that I cut out here, and I'm going to leave these taped together just in the off chance I need another one. So I'm just pulling these out, but I'm going to leave this taped together until I'm completely done. Now I did double the paper over it, so I have 2 frames here. You definitely can cut 2 out at a time, because here is the paper where I cut everything out. And I just took a piece of letter size piece of paper, folded it in half. So this one will go here. It just made it go a little faster. Alright, this one will go here, like that. Now we have this. So now I have the small pieces. So what I was thinking is I would take the frame I got from cutting out the 1 and 2, and I'm going to put it in the middle of the open frame. And we'll put one here. And the little solid pieces, I was thinking I would put on here. Like this. So I will end up with that. Now I'm going to keep going. Everywhere where I have the solid, I will put a solid piece in the middle. Now I could have, just to show you what it would look like instead, let me put it over here. I absolutely could have done it like that. And I could even do some, let's see, nope, I take it back, I need to put it over here. So you could do it that way too. Either way, whichever way you want. You can layer these any way you want to. So now, let's see, we'll take this frame. This frame will go in the center over here. We will take this solid, put it on this solid. Next frame. This one will go here. And we're just going to keep going. And we'll go down here. And this is why I said this would work with circles. This will work with any shape you have. Because, you know, I did 1 and 2, I skipped 3, and then went 4 and 5. And this will work on pretty much anything. Any shape nesting dies you have, this will work. And you don't have to do this tone on tone. You absolutely could do this in bright colors. I would do like a very bright blue and a bright yellow and a red and an orange, and that would be a very colorful, pretty card too. This would work with any color combination. Make sure I'm putting this in the right place. Alright, let's see. That one I don't need one. This one I don't need one. So I think that is done. Alright, so let me get my trimmer. Alright, so let's bring in the guillotine. So now I'm going to open this up. I am going to line this up with the edge. Hold that down nice and tight. And chop down. And then we'll chop each side. And side number 3. And And side number 4. There we go. So now we have a nice tone-on-tone paper. Just like that. Let's see, let me clean this up here. And there we go. Alright, so now I have a piece of vellum because I didn't want to cover up all this that I just did. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of vellum and I am going to fold it to where it's going to go across my card. I'm going to make sure it's straight and I'm going to fold that over like that. So now I have it marked where I can put the sentiment on in the front. So we'll let this dry. Alright, I'm going to bring in my anti-static bag. Alright, let me grab a piece of paper here. Catch all my mess. Whatever anti-static bag you have, get that on there really good. Alright, so I have grabbed a thank you. And I'm going to put this on this way. Put this down here. Now that I've just touched that again, let me pull this off. Because I don't want to get all the powder on my sticky mat here. So I'm going to take the thank you. So now I can decide where I want to put it. I think about here. Make sure that is pressed down. I can touch this all I want because that's going to be behind the card. I will put that right there. We will pick this up. So I need to use some kind of ink that's going to stay wet, so let me grab some pigment ink. And I think I want to use this gold. So let's ink this up. Because I like to use color ink and then use clear embossing powder. Because that way the clear embossing powder, if it sticks to your paper, it's not going to show. So let's stamp this down. And I'm going to stamp it one more time, make sure it's nice and wet. There you go, that looks good. Pull this off. Bring in my embossing powder. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This out of the way. I'm going to bring in my heat gun and we will emboss. So there we go. Nice embossed thank you. Alright, so let's bring our card back in. So now this can be attached to the side. Now we're also going to add some flowers. And this is just some silhouette flowers I had from Crafter's Companion called Butterfly Meadow. Alright, here's my card base. I'm just going to use some tear tape on this. So now I have to decide where I want to put the flowers. So I have this, let's look at the 3 that I cut out. So this one's really small, this one's a single one, this is a double. So what I was thinking is I would do something like this. Have this in the back. Let's see, turn that one that way. Along those lines. And it would be on here. I'll probably cut some of that stem off. And like that. Maybe even bring it up a little bit more. So I want to glue this about here. Alright, so let me put some tape on here. Flip this over. Put some tear tape on here. Put this where I want it. Make sure we're straight. Flip it over. Get my flowers. Alright, just grab a hold of this. You rub that on there so it's going to stick. There we go. Give it a good rub. Pull the tape off. About here. And we will flip this over. Attach that one. And before I attach that one, make sure I'm straight. Alright, so now we have this. So now we have to arrange our flowers. That went flying a moment ago. So we'll have that one in the back, that one over here, this one in the front, kind of in between here. Like that. Put this one over here. More like that. So I'm going to snip the end of this here to make them all the same. And these will get glued in here like this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold these together since I got these the way I want them. Alright, I'm going to put some glue on the back of this one. And I'm going to glue it to the one that's going to be in the back. Like that. Now I'll put some glue on the back of this one. And I'll place this where I want it. Now I'll put glue on the back of all this because this is just going to stick to the regular paper. I don't have to worry about the vellum. And by wrapping the vellum sheet here, also we can hide our adhesive there. So now this will slide in here like this. There's the front of our card. So let's attach it to the card base. So here's a 5x7 card base. So this will cover the whole front of the card. We'll put glue across the top here. And some down the middle here. Line this all up. It will be flush with the whole front of the card. There you go. Easy peasy. So in review, I had 1 and 2. Bring this back in. I had 1 and 2 taped together evenly, and 4 and 5 taped together. I cut them all out. I used the inside piece and the frame that this made. They all got put on the front here. Every other one. We went frame solid, frame solid. I made a pattern in the front to make this card. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing to my channel. And until next time, stay crafty.